All right. Let's do we have any fun anecdotes I can include in the podcast? 'Cause so far, all these have been kind of.
What do you mean? Talking about work hours, labor laws, and Swedish HOA stuff? How's that not exciting? I say we all shotgun a beer. That'll really amp things up.
I don't have any beer. I have.
That's fine.
some
I'm actually
brandy.
pretty low on this one. Although I'm gonna get another one.
Brandy.
Yeah, I got it for my birthday.
All right, Captain Kirk.
Nice. I'm trying to make kind of my own here soon. I've got some apple cider fermenting. Got some champagne yeast, and I'm fermenting out some good local apple cider that was made into a 5-gallon conical fermenter. And then I'm going to take that and I'm going to do a ice distillation on it to make some Applejack.
Like the cereal?
No, like the drink, the liquor. You son of a bitch. Yes. So there we go. Is that one interesting?
No.
God damn it.
Boring. As men in our mid to late 30s, it is.
I'm not mid yet. I got one more year until I'm mid.
33 is very close to mid.
It's the end of early.
Yeah, man, you're mid. I'm leaving
30,
mid, you're
32,
entering
33.
mid. Like, we're all in the range.
34,
Anyway.
35, 36 is mid.
I don't remember how old I am, so.
Just say 29 and a half.
No, I'm not trying to do it. Like, I don't, math is hard when it comes to, like, hang on, let me think again. God damn it. I'm either 37 now,
this.
or I'm turning 37, or I'm turning 38. I don't know. I don't remember. Like, it's somewhere in there.
So 37.
Probably 37. I don't know.
Oh, Marcus, did you see that the curse of the Colonel was broken?
What? They found the statue.
No, they found the statue back in 2009.
But I thought like a piece was
Sort of.
missing.
Oh, probably. No, but the
won?
Hanshin Tigers did win the Japan series, so they are
The Colonel
they
can
done
rest.
broke it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
There you go. You guys
So,
can talk about some Nippon Baseball League for next few minutes while I go get a fresh beer.
There's Central.
All right.
Yeah, there's Central League.
Yeah, they're old school.
I mean, by old school, you mean like just pre-1945?
Pretty much, like I don't think anyone in the Central League has like an internet presence.
Oh shit!
There's no way.
Like seriously, like I think some of them don't even have like Twitters.
Well, that just might be like a Japanese thing, where like
No, like they also like in order to like watch, the Pacific League has like a streaming thing you can watch.
yeah.
The Central League just doesn't have that at all. Like it's all
Oh, they're bound by the old ways of honor.
yeah. You have to have one of those guys come around with like the boards, and he like, shuffles them around and tells you the story of the baseball game.
It reminds me of a certain class. Not class.
Bard?
I
Certain-
guess. I don't know
Yeah?
what you call it. Race?
Probably not.
don't know.
Wherever
A class?
hierarchical stats? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think they call themselves like separate ethnicities, but I think it's probably more accurate to call them a class, although they don't seem to have like a unified economy.
They
So we're
don't.
talking about Chants of Sennaar. It's a game, and we played it for this, our podcast,
The
The
Save State?
I'm Arvid,
I'm Mike.
I'm Marcus.
and Marcus is here too, being very quiet.
I'm sorry.
It's
Wait,
okay.
you
He's
guys?
gonna whisper.
Well, no, I don't think you guys realize how loud you guys are, and my volume's on 2.
Yeah, but that's okay because I know I've been editing this for a year, and I
Yeah, that's
know
true.
what we sound like.
Also,
So, like it's
do you know you can right-click each of our window panes in the video chat and individually adjust our volumes that way?
First of all,
That's what I do
I'm
for
not a
you.
hacker.
Like you're at
Oh, wow.
200% for me right now, so I can hear what you're
You
saying.
guys are going down to 60.
There you go.
Oh.
And then you'll probably need a raise.
the
Yeah.
audio that's coming over Discord is not the same as the audio that you're recording on
Oh.
Audacity. So, like you'll hear
Okay.
different stuff.
I had to learn that doing
Just-
D&D with guys on Sundays. We got one buddy that plays Derek who, for some reason, always is quieter than everyone else. And then Brian is the loudest. So
Brian doesn't need to have a microphone.
he really
could
does.
just
Like
talk.
he could.
You
Like
just
you
hear him?
I'd hear
from
it.
Virginia.
Just open my window. Yep. He's his own
I mean,
bullhorn.
he really missed his calling as being like a medieval town crier.
God, he would have been
I mean,
so
like,
fucking
he's got
good
that
at
build and the. Yeah, I know.
That dude could ring a bell all day.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've seen some Ren Fair town criers. They need some guy with lungs on them.
Yeah, if he could ever get off a weekend, he'd probably be down to do something like that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is horrible.
Definitely.
There we go.
All right, so
Got
Chants
it.
of Sennaar is the game we played. It's probably one of the newest games we've played. I think this only came out last month?
It's been about 2 months now, I think.
2 months? Okay.
Because that's when I got it
Talking
right
about
when.
coming out.
Yeah,
Right when it came out.
yeah.
Yeah. It's it's a language learning adventure puzzle game
Yes.
with a very annoying stealth section.
What?
It's not annoying. Only, I guess, if you have to play it like way more than you should have to.
No, it was okay. It was just
No, I think it's talking about the monster.
no. I wasn't talking about the monster.
Oh,
The
you're
monster
talking
was
about
fine. I
the
was talking
warriors.
about yeah. So, it's essentially this is one of those things that might be hard to talk about with like
Spoilers,
the plot because
yeah.
you might spoiler things, but like it's essentially like the Tower of Babel, but everyone on it has been divided into little like classes. Like you have like a warrior class and a religious
Devotee.
class and Roman like hedonist class, and
I think they were supposed to be closer to the Greeks only because in a little bit of research for the game, I know, sorry. Sennaar is apparently the Greek word for the mythological site of the Tower of Babel.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, that is one thing answered because I thought that Sennaar sounded very boring and like my first fantasy novel name I just made up, but if it has
It sounds
actual...
like everything I've designed for my own role-playing game. Yes.
Yeah.
2 N's, 2 A's.
Quagars! 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 It's a name I made up, double A, actually.
Exactly. But no, I liked this a lot. It does a very good job of. It's a language learning puzzle game in that like everything your most of the puzzles revolve around you learning the language of each cast, I guess we'll call them.
Yeah.
And each cast has like their own language, which
Culture,
yes, exactly. And yeah, culture, and feel free to chime in if when I'm vacillating over here. But thankfully everyone speaks in speech bubbles, so you just have to really decipher the text. There's no actual audio component really. And there's like I want to say like 50 glyphs for each cast that you can translate.
Right,
yeah. And they do a very good job of teaching you things. So like you'll have little interactions where each time you arrive in a cast area, you know nothing of their language, and then you'll just kind of pick up a word here or there, and then you'll go and do another like a puzzle, or you have a conversation, and you can logic out what another word will mean,
Or kind of what
and
it almost means.
or what, yeah, exactly, and then you can kind of work it out, and then you'll get an opportunity to kind of guess the corresponding meaning with some pictures, which will like clarify or lock in the true meaning of it, so you're not guessing entirely. But it's really well done how it just kind of like gives you those steps, so you're like every interaction you're learning one or two little things, but it's not at the same time like you don't have like interactions where you don't know anything, or you don't have as many ones where you're know the whole thing unless it's toward the end. And then mixed in with that, there's a lot of like more standard like adventure puzzles where exactly the right order to open some gates, or to work a machine to get an object, to unlock a door, that sort of thing. And I like that a lot. I think I went into this expecting like Duolingo, the indie video game, and It isn't that. It's like an actual, like more of adventure puzzle game with a lot of language learning. But there were some stealth bits in this game,
which you did not enjoy.
They were a little
them.
rough, but.
So what was rough about it for you? Or Marcus, I guess. What was your thoughts on it?
Well, I mean, like, I think that really added to like the warrior part was like, you go from the devotee, where you're just kind of like, there's that one little bit when you're following the guy where you have to do the throw the rock thing. Then you get to that part, the game completely changes, and it's actually like, you're rushed. It felt. I don't know. I think it added some pacing.
Oh yeah, I'm not against like stealth as a mechanic in this game. I just didn't feel like the way it was implemented worked for me. Because it on one hand it wants you to kind of use this thing where you lock to certain spots and then tab over, and then exactly, and that didn't really work for me. So I was trying to like kind of freehand myself so you don't like lock to behind cover, but I could never quite tell when I was hidden and when I wasn't. And late in the game, there's some more stealth segments, like right at the end, and I didn't have any. Once I'd gotten used to how it works, I had a lot less trouble with it. But there was just like this period where, like a quarter of the way through the game, I'm like, this is incredibly frustrating. But
that's fair.
It doesn't last that long, so I felt
doesn't.
Once I powered through it was fine.
I too was frustrated on that. Like, I was very frustrated on those first little parts trying to get through that area. Now I know what you're talking about. Yes.
You're talking about the big room.
Yeah, the big room by the armory in the warrior area.
Yeah, right before you don't have to do it anymore.
Yeah, exactly. That was very relieving.
Yep. As soon as you get through there. Yeah, that actually, and funny enough, that was probably my favorite zone for puzzles.
Really? Was
that area. I really, there's so much story not being told in that area from all of the statues and the artwork.
Sure.
That's where I felt like I was picking up the most story in the game was from them. Maybe them and the Greeks, I guess, would be the ones that really like. The Alchemist didn't like give me too much.
Is that what you're calling the third?
The playwrights, the bards. I don't know what you'd call them. What would you call them? Yeah, the bards.
All the casts have different names for each other. So like the bards call themselves bards, but the warriors call them the chosen ones, and then the alchemists called them something else.
And the devotees called them like the impure.
Yeah. Until they knew they were all down with music with each other, which is what I really love about this game. That it's the separation of language, but learning about commonalities between each other.
Yeah, which is technically an optional thing. You can beat the game with that. In order to get the true ending, you have to reunite all the casts. But technically speaking, you don't have to do that.
True.
I guess that's a spoiler, but I don't know if that's really a spoiler. I'm assuming everyone got the true ending?
Yes, I did.
I did not beat the game, but I kind of knew where it was going, because I did some of the side
Did you
stuff.
get to the last
no, I didn't.
cast? You didn't get past the Alchemist?
Alchemist.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's good.
You got stuck in the cafeteria?
Oh, no, I just got super busy.
No, that's right.
I feel like the Alchemist was a big jump. Like, in like...
That one is.
The amount of, like, language you're given without any explanation in that one.
Yeah.
You're going into, like, whole number sets and, like, metallurgy and, like, scientific contraptions. It's a cool-ass area. But I also have had 2 months to play it. You had about almost 2 weeks.
I bashed this out in 10 hours straight.
But probably using a guide.
Actually, I did. I will admit that I did use a guide at one point for the Alchemist because I could not. There's a bit where they have their own numerical system, which I figured out, but it was hard. I could not parse how the digits worked. Like when you stretch, like
symbolically,
I could do single digits, but like the way they had it set up for like double and triple and exactly. I just could not figure it out. Like I knew conceptually that's what it was supposed to be happening, but I did look up a guide just to translate the numbers because I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong.
Yeah,
But that was the only. I did that because like I felt like I knew where the answer was at. I just didn't.
You knew what you're supposed to do next. You just couldn't connect the two dots.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I'm never above using a guide for stuff like that, especially like, not necessarily for a puzzle game, but like for an action game that has puzzles, like a Batman game, something like that. If I'm really stuck on a puzzle for a long time and it's like, I'm just trying to get through the story, man. Like, I'm enjoying this for different reasons. I don't mind grabbing
you're not playing Arkham for, like, puzzles.
Yeah.
Or maybe you are. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never played it.
Someone is probably specifically playing it every time for the Riddler. Like, someone's doing it.
The Grizzler.
Some sicko out there.
Yeah, I definitely have done an Arkham run where I didn't 100% it once, maybe.
That's gross. The fact that you've 100%ed it every time, except for one time, that's gross.
I can't not.
Was it worth it? Like when you 100% it?
I mean, sometimes it's definitely worth it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's, I don't know. It depends on how much you like seeing Riddler caught. I think in Arkham Origins, you just hear him over walkie-talkie, just like the cops bust in there. He's like, "Hey, you can't be in here," and then they like cart him away, and it's like, "Oh yeah, great! I just did 15 hours of Riddler puzzles for that."
You don't even get like a reveal of him. Nice,
No,
cool.
exactly.
Jesus.
But yeah, I think the puzzles in this game are actually pretty well done.
They are intuitive, but not give me's, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're just the right level of like they build on each other. They have like a good difficulty curve. You don't have like you have all the tools you need for each puzzle. You're not like, "Oh, I didn't know I could do that."
Yeah.
Like the solution's there. Like it's pretty well done.
And with the zero, like, I don't know, what do you call it? Zero, like a manual or explanation of anything.
There's no
Oh yeah,
hand
that's true.
holding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Those-
no tutorials.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
The tutorial is the very first place that you
Like
go
the
through
walk up.
before,
Yeah.
before you get to the first zone, and you're trying to figure out how to clear these waterway channels and gates. And I'll be honest, that might have been the one that caught me up the most, like in the entire game, because it's right at the beginning. It's when you're first trying to figure things out, right? So I thought I was starting to understand how it worked, and I was just learning how to, you get this little keypad where you can type in what you think a symbol means, using a QWERTY keyboard kind of fill in. And I had it wrong for some of them, and I thought I was really similar and like close. And then I would go, okay, how am I supposed to get by this? Okay. And then I would do things right and it would click, but that was a good primer for the whole thing.
My biggest goof was in the first class. I had Death Asleep and Graveyard as bedroom.
I did the same thing. I thought the graveyard was an inn.
Yeah.
I thought I had the graveyard listed as an inn, and then I finally got to it, and I'd been attributing the symbol as like an inn or a place of rest, and technically not wrong, but it was a graveyard. I was like, oh, once I saw that, clicked, done. Everything else started to fall into line.
One of the more fun bits of the language was the bard area, which I don't know how much we're going to spoil with it, but
They switched the whole flip on language in that one. That was cool. But it sucked at first.
yeah. So it goes to like it has a different sentence structure and
Yeah.
it's
It's
like a
got this
Yoda
kind of more
speak.
Arabic script, and it's a lot harder.
Yeah.
But what I thought was interesting is like I got there and you go from the Warriors, which is this dark, dank, scary area, to like this beautiful garden of pretty people playing music.
The Piss
and just kind of-
Society is what I
yeah,
call
they're
them.
also inexplicably
They're Piss
all
River.
the canals are this golden water color.
And they got Flappy Bird.
Yeah, Flappy Bird. Weirdly
They're
enough.
obviously
Those
doing
were
the
the mini
best.
games. It was like an arcade machine, and they had like the grinder monkey machines there too. But anyway, I'm getting there, and I'm like expecting this to be like this, like nice little brief like place where people are nice to me and not trying to kill me, like in the warrior area.
Yeah.
And And initially that's what it is, but you slowly start seeing like more of the slaves around as you progress, and then as you learn more, you learn that like they call the slave class the idiots, and like they just like they have all these nasty like things they have to say about the slave class, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yep.
And then you find like this underground area where they like the sewers where they all like have to live. And it was interesting learning the language and then also learning like how their structure worked, and that was the one I think my favorite area because of that.
It was like the most like interesting, I think.
Mm.
You know, at least as far as like actual like showing dichotomy within the society. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think. I think the devotees had a good bit of that with their whole beef with like the warriors and like the actual people within the abbey kind of looking down on everyone else.
Yeah, and then that becomes more pronounced as the game goes on, like
for sure, yeah.
How these casts work together. But also like that one's the one that also like the bard area was also the one that I felt reminded me most of like adventure games. Like there were a lot more like find the compass that's fallen into the sewer crack. Yeah, exactly. Like lots of like those kind of things that like what am I supposed to do this? Oh, I just happen to need a compass for this other part. So
that might have been the area that took me the longest because I was just constantly going back between the like water gondola, you know, and that waterway to like figure out, am I supposed to be on this side or am I supposed to be on this side? They told me to go to this place and I know I'm supposed to get there. I follow the signs and then I'm not there. And it was literally just, there's this like garden area with this broken rubble and I just didn't see the cave like off to the yes. And
oh yeah,
fuck, I mean, I'm not joking, that took me like a good hour. Now I was smoking that night and I'd had some drinks, but still that one was the only time I'll say that they had poor layout design. Like if they wanted it to be harder to find, that's fine then, but I feel like they could have done a little bit better on the signage to point you towards that direction.
I mean, I didn't have a
supposed to be confusing.
Okay.
I think the piss sewers.
Are you talking about the signage in the sewers? Or
no,
are you talking about
above when you have to put the thing in to unlock the door.
You mean like before you go up to the alchemist?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't have any trouble at all finding that.
Cool. Glad it's
that
just
was
me.
Just right there. It has a big sign above it that says up.
You know, I just missed it.
He
it's
had
just off to the side.
That,
I was like off to the side.
Didn't know what it meant.
It's just a big sign that says, oh,
no, but it has like
anywhere.
the symbol to the object you need to put into it, like right embedded on it. So I knew where I needed to go, but I couldn't find it.
It was like right outside.
I know it. I know it's right outside. Like I know that now. I felt like an idiot once I saw it.
Fair. Yeah, no, I think this was a really good game. I liked this a lot.
It was definitely a good switch up. I remember it's funny because on the last one we mentioned that like all games are survival games, and then we play the one game that has no health bar death.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, technically, I guess you can get caught in the stealth sections, but then you just reset right where you're at. Yeah.
I like to think that's like it's supposed to be like real. They're just like, hey, take you out the room.
You're not supposed to be in here.
You're not supposed to be here.
You're lost.
Silly guy.
Yeah, it's probably one of my favorite games I've played this year. I really enjoyed it.
That's very good.
I like a good puzzle game.
Yeah, and like it's hard to talk about like a lot of the plot stuff without like revealing spoilers, but like the end was not what I was expecting it to be. Although they did do some fake outy things at the end which are like, on one hand, they're like, yes, games don't always have fake outs, but it feels like so many games have fake outs. I expect the fake out more at the end than I don't. Like it's almost more like expected for them to try and do that last curve. Yeah. So, but I don't, I don't know.
That was a good payoff, though.
The art in this is amazing.
Yeah,
also.
It's what attracted me to the game in the first place. I saw the original area and the area of the bards in a lot of previews for the game, and that's what attracted me to it because it kind of reminded me of Sable in that very cartoon, oversaturated art style. And I was like, could there be
thin,
another
like,
game that has, like this same art aesthetic, but is good. So I thought I'd take a
I think
shot.
there's going to be there's a lot of games coming out with that art style now.
It's
good.
out right now.
En vogue, but yeah.
Oh, in vogue. Oh.
Well, it is French, so.
It's a French game?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So that's what French looks like.
Got him.
And the music's really good too. I found the music all the different areas have different music, and it all fits really well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's actually interesting with the end credits. There's there's 6 people who made this game, but they did a full orchestral score. So you see all 6 of the devs, and then the
They're
massive
people, yeah.
list of names.
Exactly.
Them. Yeah. It was really impressive. I'm always impressed by a small studio like that, where you can tell it's almost just a few friends or, some people that had a very specific commonality coming together to make something really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I liked that I liked the idea of reconnecting these people, because you get these little, you have to kind of discover them yourself, but they're opportunities where you can get the casts to talk to each other again, and then if you go there, you'll see them interacting with each other, which was really, really cool.
They're at these fast travel points, essentially.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean it made them feel a little dumb, I think, because the idea is so this is also one of the more challenging parts, because you have to freehand in entire sentences in these languages, which is not something that's asked of you normally. You just have to understand it. Yeah, but this you have to actually write out the sentences in the structure and with the grammar and everything, which is a lot harder.
Mm-hmm.
But you have as many tries as you need, so that's not really a problem. But it does kind of end up with some me like music, me go here place, just okay, was that all it took?
You like music, me like music. We friend now. Yes.
Exactly.
Yep. That was the first one I translated to.
One of the things I didn't like was you were talking about how you can type in what you guess the word is.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that was the only thing that kind of broke the suspension of disbelief of actually. Other than that, it's pretty immersive.
Well, I think it makes sense if you're someone trying to learn a language and you're oh, I think that might be it.
You're trying,
the pop up of whatever little keyboard,
the keyboard
on the screen
coming. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of I guess what else are you gonna do?
Yeah, they could have probably gotten much more in depth with that if they wanted to, but at what cost?
Yeah.
At what point is it just we're making fictional languages and you have to learn them? And they made 5 different alphabet glyph things, which was good. And thankfully all the symbols are one for words. You have some of them have a plural symbol and stuff like that, but you don't have
that was where things got really fun.
Syllabaries or true alphabets or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. The moment I figured out what the symbol for a plural was, I got really excited, and that's when I fell in love with this game. That's when I was all right, this is cool as shit. Just for being a simple puzzle game, just so much fun with it.
Was and you feel smart.
Yeah, you do feel smart.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's a good point. I actually thought that so many puzzle games you have they'll be difficult, but not in a way that makes you feel smart. When you solve it, it just makes you feel dumb for not solving it.
Yeah.
And
Not having
the other
seen
way around,
it.
where
Yeah,
this just makes you feel smart for solving it, and you don't feel like a dumb for not figuring it out.
Man,
which is a good way to do a puzzle.
So good. Yeah, highly recommend it for people.
We all played it on Steam, I guess.
Played it on Steam. And speaking of Steam and highly recommended, I know this is a little off topic here, but if people haven't seen, it should still be on sale by the time this comes out. Paradise Killer is on sale on Steam for $8. So people really should do themselves a favor and get that if they can.
I heard they're working on a second game.
I know. I'm very.
I don't know if it's a Paradise Killer sequel, but the team is working on another game.
I'm going to support them in whatever their next game is, whether it's a sequel to Paradise Killer or not.
I mean, barring it being a NFT sports simulator, I probably will play whatever they put out.
I mean, if the next Paradise Killer game was an NFT game, I might still play it. I just won't get deep into NFTs, but I'd play it.
You got to figure out who shorted the market.
Yep. Who got all the stonks?
Who put the germicidal lights in the light show?
God.
Very, very topical.
Very. I'm gonna go get a beer. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna use the bathroom.
Okay.
I'm gonna get more coffee. All right, the news.
Ooh.
Mike, what do you got for
Let me
news?
pull open this old notepad because Google Chrome crashed on me. Okay. Accidentally did a little Mario there. Hopefully we don't get sued. Yep. Hopefully that was enough bars that we're okay. Uh-oh. Oops. God damn it. Sorry, this isn't a notepad that I don't normally use now because Google crashed on me. So it's all a jumble. All right, so Diablo 4. This is all based on our BlizzCon outdated predictions from last time.
Oh yeah, BlizzCon happened. Go on.
BlizzCon happened, so this is what we're talking about. It's just covering some of the things that happened with that. So as far as Diablo 4 goes, yes. As far as Diablo 4 goes, we have officially been privy to the new expansion that's coming out. It's going to take place in a forested location that was in Diablo 2, which, if my notes were in order, I would have that highlighted. Nahantu is the region we will be returning to from Diablo 2.
Sure.
I think it's the forest swamps
Totally remember
of
that.
D2 that you used to go through. You know that area.
The pygmies.
Yeah, probably.
Right? With the pygmies and the Aztec temple stuff?
Yes, exactly. That
yeah, no, I do remember
that area. Yeah. That's like the first
Act
hard
4?
mode area.
Or Act 3? It's Act 4 or 3. It's gotta be 3.
That is 3 because 2 is the desert. So that'll be neat. They've data mined it to find a new class that's going to come from it. They've already announced that there will be a new class, but from the data mining, they've found it's going to be named Soulborn, which what I'm worried about is that it's like described as nature-based.
No, it's a class that when you die, you return to a little fireplace, and you have to go back to where you died.
Yes.
To get your shit back.
Yeah, you have to become unsullied again. Yes.
Yeah.
No, I'm worried about it because it sounds like it's going to be a nature-based class from what they've been able to mine from it, and we already have that with the druid. So I'm all for making a new class. Maybe that's just the code name for a class that they're resurrecting, and we're going to see the Amazon come back or something, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, at the same time, how many classes are just have sword class or have weapon class?
I know. I want to see a new ranged class come through. Like, I want a good ranged class to come back. Like, or not even come back, just make an appearance. Like, it is severely lacking in good range.
Bone Spear. It's the only ranged attack you need.
I mean, that was
you
very
get that
true.
Very early on.
Early, yes. That was true. So, I don't know. I may or may not try Diablo 4 going forward. It's just...
Yeah.
They're already kind of like backing out of this idea of a yearly expansion, which I'm fine with. I don't want things to be guaranteed every year because, hey, if it takes you 18 months to make a good product, give yourself 18 months. Don't force yourself arbitrarily to be every November we got to put something out, no matter what condition it's in. But I don't have a lot of faith for Diablo 4 anymore. I have
to say I've completely wiped Diablo 4 from my mind because our Lord and Savior Chris Metzen is back, and
Are you talking about
he did the
World of Warcraft. The return.
Come on. I have so much hype for World of Warcraft out of nowhere. I mean, honestly, so he comes
this
back.
This is gonna be awful.
Comes back, and I don't know. Honestly, I had a tear in my eye.
No, I have the title thing here with Legend Chris Metzen returning. Like, yep.
Yeah, I felt very, very nostalgic and happy, and I am all aboard the hype train for all the Warcraft things now.
No, I'm very against all the Warcraft things happening. I don't like that they've already guaranteed there's going to be 3 more expansions. Let this series die in peace. Like, that's my view.
What are you talking about?
No, it's time for Warcraft to pack it up. Like, you can tell the story in different ways than this ancient MMO. There is something else to be offered.
There are older MMOs that are still going, man.
And they should all be done. And they should all be done at this point. I think we have moved beyond this style of game.
I don't know. I mean, like, I am like this close to reactivating my WoW subscription after that.
Well,
honest to God.
Don't get too deep into it, because if you're even thinking about classic, they're gonna fucking ruin that with Kata coming in going forward.
Well, you don't have to.
I know
with
you
the
don't
classic
have
ones.
to.
You don't have to go on. But I don't know. I don't care about classic, so that's me. But
boo! This is what I say to all of this the story, like the sagas they're going to be doing with this. That's just...
I don't know. I think it's good. They're returning back to like the plots they left behind with the Shadowlands crap. They're picking back up character threads that they've left sitting there. They're giving us like actual obtainable goals as opposed to like things that are pie in the sky, unobtainable stuff like you normally get with this sort of thing. Like it seems very doable and feasible.
I just want the old Emerald Dream to end. I want the dragon to wake up and for the game to be done. Like, that's it.
Well, have you not played anything recently? Because the Emerald Dream is literally in the most recent
right now. God damn it! And it's not going to actually be like the finale. Then that's stupid as shit. That's your fucking rapture.
Why would that be?
Like, that's it.
Why does a world have to end?
Because a lot of the lore was based on the idea that all of this was the dream of the dragon, the Emerald Dream.
No. That's not what the Emerald Dream is. The Emerald Dream's like a separate thing.
What?
Like,
what? Did I just completely misunderstand that part of the lore? No, it's part of... No, it's not just a place you go. It's the concept that the entire world is being dreamt by that sleeping dragon.
That's not...
Is that not correct?
That is not...
God damn it. I misunderstood all of that. Well, don't say it's not World of Warcraft. It's just me misunderstanding World of Warcraft.
No, I'm sorry. No, that is not the World of Warcraft. That is a world in World of Warcraft.
Trying to build its own lore and paint itself out of corners.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. That's what I like about it. It's like, I mean, it speaks to that piece of me that reads Marvel comics, because it's years and years and years of teams of writers trying to paint each other out of corners. This
is what I hate about comic books.
That's fair. But I mean, that's the thing. You get bad points and you get good points. And I don't know. I am very hyped about it. Like, I spent all weekend when I was not working, watching, like, in the background I had YouTube videos about fucking World of Warcraft lore and shit, just because I don't know, like, I literally felt something in my heart warm up when I saw Chris Metzen again. It was like seeing, like, you know, your long lost family member or something. I don't know.
That doesn't track for me personally. That's not the feeling I would get when I saw an old family member. If they're a family member I haven't seen in a long time, it's for a reason. How do you feel, Marcus? What do you feel about WoW?
I have no idea.
No, that's fair.
I haven't played it in like 16, 17 years.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I'm not that far off, but it's been a long time for me. Like, at least 8 years.
Yeah, I remember you dipped in a BFA for like 5 minutes.
I don't even know what BFA stands for. Like, that's how long. Battle for Azeroth? Azeroth? Yeah. God. Yeah. Ugh.
I don't know. I had a lot of fun with that expansion too. I don't know.
Now, the problem is I got into it for a minute. You're right. And then it was like, oh, yeah, this is just... I've done all this. Like, they've reskinned and renamed things, like, but it's the same mechanics over and over again. I just can't. I need something new, different.
No, that's fair.
Battle pets.
You
Like
don't
I
have
said,
to,
they
like-
should have just turned it into a gardening and battle pet MMO, and I would have been
You
happy.
can still do those things, you know. You can still do battle pets.
Mm.
You could still do that. That is still a thing.
Is Neopets still around?
Oh yeah.
We should
In fact,
make
they
a
tried to do
clan.
an NFT thing recently.
Fuck yeah, I bet they did. I'd do that. We could get really into that.
No, they know the people who are in the Neopets are all like people trade Neopets and shit. It is like a whole like micro economy of like they'll go for like thousands of dollars for some of these like old pre whatever ones. It's this whole weird economy thing that goes on with that.
It just sounds like we need to get into Neopets and make some money.
Well, they were owned by the Jumpstart people for a while, like the people who made like the
Greatest
educational
games ever,
things.
yeah.
Yeah, and then they sold. I think they're independent again. I think they were like, they tried to do the NFT thing, and then I don't know if that was a good idea. Anyway, do you have any news that isn't BlizzCon related?
No, I have more Blizzcon stuff that I had written out in my notes, but it's mostly that mobile game and Overwatch 2, and I honestly couldn't give a shit about either of those. Overwatch 2, the new tank is a ripoff of Moana's Maui character. That's it.
Yeah,
That's your big news. Cool. Have fun.
So is it a ripoff if it's just like an actual folkloric character? Like if it was just like King Arthur, would it still be a ripoff of it?
Yeah, because King Arthur I can picture in like a million different ways, like looking. It's just the name King Arthur, and he's got a sword called Excalibur. Like, this character looks almost identical. I haven't seen his weapon, but if there's a huge hook, which, like, yes, all of the lore, but you know what I mean. Like, it just feels like very cheap.
Yeah, I mean, the Overwatch art style is not that dissimilar from the Pixar art style to begin with. So
Yeah.
I haven't played Overwatch in years. I think I played it a lot the first 6 months it came out, and I haven't really done much with it since then.
Yeah.
And I have no interest in a mobile game at all. Mostly because my 7-year-old phone probably wouldn't be able to run it anyway.
Yeah. I might try out the mobile game just because it's got a single player mode, but I don't like MOBAs and I don't like tower defense games, and it's both. So.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's been legally different news.
It's interesting that we had such different reactions to BlizzCon.
Yeah, mine was pessimism, mostly, I would say.
Yeah, well, that's probably healthy. That's probably the smart thing to do. Anyway, do we want to do a quiz?
I mean,
Pop quiz?
we can. We generally
all
do
quizzes are
one
pop quizzes.
That's not true.
each
Sometimes they're
episode.
planned.
No, a pop quiz is an unplanned, unknown quiz.
All quizzes on this podcast are pop quizzes.
By definition, they
guys-
are not, because while I don't know what the quiz is, I know a quiz is coming.
Sometimes you don't give you a quiz. I have occasionally not given
Yeah,
you
but
a
that's
quiz.
on you, not on me. I'm expecting a
Guess that's
quiz.
fair.
That's just you
All
disappointing
right, all
me.
right. Fair. That's fair. All right. So, in honor of the game we played today,
Uh-oh.
Chants of
This is
Sennaar,
going to be hard.
I have a quiz about languages in video games.
And
So, you guys, do you guys want to do this together, or do you guys want to take turns and like be competitive? How you guys feeling?
we
What
can
do
work
the
together
people
on
like?
this. We can work.
Yeah.
We,
I think
well,
'cause if
the
not,
people
it's
don't
gonna-
give us feedback, so we don't know what the people like. They keep watching
Some
and
people-
listening for some reason, but yeah. I'm
I'll
gonna say let's
I'm
let's do co-op.
I'm a shy non-commenter as well.
Yeah, me
All right.
too.
So we've got
Unless I'm drunk.
video game languages, and I will give you the name of a language from a video game, and you have to give me the video game that it is from.
Oh, interesting. And there's not a multiple choice on the video games.
No multiple choice on this one.
Cool.
That's why I gave you the option to work together. So, but that shouldn't be too hard. All right. First one, Hylian.
Zelda.
Man,
What language is that?
it's gonna be Legend of Zelda, right, Marcus? Like,
Yeah.
do we
Yeah,
have a consensus
Zelda.
on that? Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Our
opening
answer is Zelda.
soft.
Yeah, that's correct. That is
Hyrulean dialect specifically. Like the Kokiri have their own The Zora have their own, like, technically, but Hylian is the standard. Like, it's considered galactic common or whatever you would call it.
I
Basic.
honestly don't know. I will take your word for that. My research was not that in depth. Al Bhed. That's the next one. What game is Al Bhed from?
Al Bhed. Okay. Marcus, you got anything on that? The only thing I can think is Al Bhed. Okay, please, because I got an idea, but
you can actually learn this language in the game. It's a learnable language.
So none of the languages are named in Chants of Sennaar.
no, they aren't.
So it's not that.
Also tell you that none of them in this are from the game we played today.
See, I was worried that, like, I thought Al Bhed, and I was like, okay, well, that sounds like a vaguely, like, if an American was trying to come up with a language that was meant to be based off of Arabic of some kind, would that be the name of the language? And then I went right to Dune, and I was trying to see if that was, like, maybe that's the Fremen's language, but I don't remember their language. The name of theirs, so, and I doubt this is from Dune Spice Wars.
So.
It is in fact from Final Fantasy X.
Oh,
It's the language of the Al Bhed that you learn by reading Al Bhed primers you find as you play.
Yeah, Mike was talking all that about Final Fantasy X yesterday. Not yesterday, but last podcast, and dropped the ball.
That was 8, actually. I think.
Well, he said 8 was story and 10 for gameplay.
That's true. Oh man, someone's a poser.
I think I said 10 specifically for Blitzball. Like, I think it was specifically for maybe their sphere. You know, I will go on record. The sphere grid system was a really fun system to work with, but
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it was just Blitzball that I was really hyping up FF10 for.
All right.
Al Bhed does not come up in Blitzball.
Dova Zul. Actually, it does. There's a team that only speaks Al Bhed. So.
What?
But
I don't
Dova
even remember
Zul.
that.
Called the Al Bhed Sykes, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Whatever.
Dova Zul?
Dova Zul.
So Azul means blue in Spanish.
If you'd like, I can spell it for you.
Is that going to help?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Sure. Please.
All right. Spelled DOVAHZUL.
Can you use it in a sentence?
That guy speaks Dova Zul.
That's what I wanted you to say. Perfect. Okay. That's a huge help.
What if you gave us the system?
Ooh.
Okay, I can give you that. It's been released on basically every system for the last 10 years.
Great. For the last 10 years, though. Okay. Commercial success?
I'm not giving you that. I think you can infer one from the other.
Is it maybe like a Fable thing?
No, it's not Fable, but like I'm thinking like almost more closer to like a Nier Automata or one of those. That's the closest I've got. Like just the way the naming convention works sounds very Nier Automata to me, but
we're done?
Yeah.
The answer is Skyrim. The language of the dragons is Dova Zul.
Oh, it's the Dovahkiin.
Dovahkiin.
Yeah. Language of the Dragons. That's been more than 10 years, too. That came out on 11/11/11.
It's been 12 years, you're right.
Yeah.
But it still has been released on every console the last 10 years.
That's fair.
More or less.
Yes. And released again and re-released.
Yep.
There'll probably be one more before the next one comes out.
I'm sure.
It'll be the definitive edition or something.
Next, Simlish.
The Sims.
Yeah, that's the Sims.
No, it's called Similarian.
Yeah, it's the Sims. No, that's Similarian is the Elvish Sim language.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next, Kunlat.
I'm thinking
Spelled
Pac-Man.
Qunlat.
I've played so few games where I've learned languages.
Yeah.
Well, this one, I don't know if you can learn this language.
Well, then your whole quiz is a fucking lie.
I said these were fictional languages in video games.
Okay, I can't say what it is, but when I hear those words, I think Mortal Kombat, and I don't know why. but it feels thematically like it would fit as the language of one of the realms, right? Kunlat. Yeah, I can only think Mortal Kombat for that one. I don't know why.
Marcus, any guesses?
I honestly, I'm drawing blanks on this whole quiz.
Yeah.
I really am.
Yeah.
Dragon Age. That is the language of the
Age of Inquisition.
Yes, that too. Though it does appear in the other ones.
I never played any of the Dragon Ages.
Inquisition is the first one, and Inquisition are the two you should play, really, in my opinion.
I think they're all good.
You like the second one?
Yeah, it's a little short, but it almost feels like... Well, that's the thing. You don't like the Telltale things, and I feel like Dragon Age 2 is just a Telltale thing with RPG
I
combat
don't like
stuff
Telltale, but I do like the Walking Dead Telltale games because they make me cry, and that's it.
That's the one I don't like, because I don't like to cry, so...
Oh, I love a good cry, man. You gotta have a good cry now and again.
Oh, I mean, that's fair, but I don't need, like, more reasons to do so.
Yeah.
All right, Darnassian.
Oh, I know this, and I hate it because it's just
Darnassus.
a void in my head right now.
I know,
it's
like,
so fucking
fuck,
wild.
why do I know Darnassus? Is that, fuck.
Man.
God damn it. Is that World of Warcraft? Is that the language of the Night Elves?
That's absolutely correct.
Yeah. All right. Fuck you, Arvid. Got you on that one, bitch.
Hey, man, I didn't say there had to be hard ones.
That was a hard one.
All right. All right. Well, I mean, next, Hen Liang. I don't actually know how it's pronounced. There's a double L, so it should be a Y, but I don't know. Hen Llinge. I think it's Ling.
Hen Ying? Hen Ying? Maybe?
I don't think it's. I think the double L is actually like.
Oh, it's not like a
Spanish double L.
Okay,
So it's like a Ling.
It sounds like a mix between Chinese and Spanish. But it's not the language from Blade Runner.
I will give you a hint that it is probably more Welsh inflected than any modern. That is probably the earthly language it is most similar to.
Let me think of what games have heavy Welsh influence. Like, there's actually a lot, but
that's all I can think of. I don't know many Welsh. Is it Age Empires?
Hold on. This is not a legitimate language, though, right? This is a made-up language for a video. No, I want to clarify that because Arvid plays historical games too. I just wanted to.
None of these are all fictional. languages.
I just wanted to be sure. So I was like, well, this is from some fair. Crusader kings. I don't know.
Oh God, no! I wouldn't do that.
Okay. No, you got me stumped on this. I don't even like. There's not even a theme or a vibe. Marcus, you got something?
That is the language of the elves from the Witcher games.
Oh, I never played any of those.
Okay. I didn't like the elves.
4 of
Witcher
them if you
games.
count Gwent. It's also spoken by like the Emperor and stuff in 3. Like it's like the high language too.
Oh, the Nif,
like the
whatever.
Nilfgaardians all have them. They all have like Welshy names.
Are they supposed to be French though?
I think they're mostly supposed to be like German, but they use like because they use like the Welsh language as like the lingua franca or whatever for like the highbrow people. Anyway, all right, next, Tofan, spelled THO space FAN.
Oh, is that was that not? That's not Mass Effect, is it?
From the big race with the heads.
The masked people.
Oh yes, that
because
they had to mod out her face mask so you could actually see. Yeah.
That would
Did they
be
do a romance
guess.
line in the next one after they featured that race too? Because people were so pissed that you couldn't bang like an insect-based race.
What are you talking? Have you never played Mass Effect?
I played all of
You
it.
can bang them all.
I think specifically you couldn't bang that one the first time they brought them around because of the whole like lore that they have to wear these suits because they're like from an environment different.
Well, I mean, that's not my. They are not a romanceable companion in the first one. I don't know if that's because I think they just didn't want to make every single character romanceable.
Bullshit. Everyone should be romanceable. Unless they're an ace.
Well, they are mostly later on.
I think that's what we're going with.
That my guess is Mass Effect. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. The answer is close. It's close, but it's Jade Empire. It is the pseudo Chinese language in Jade Empire.
Never played it, but I've heard only good things.
Similar writing team.
Yeah, I've never played that one. You gotta do games we've played, bro.
Or multiple
You've
choice.
played all of these except for Jade Empire.
Jade Empire. I haven't played The Witcher. I never played
World of
on
That's not my
Dragon
fault.
Age.
That game has been out for like
Dragon Age.
7 years.
Barely played World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, this is also all the Warcrafts, so I can't help you if you don't play video games. This is the video game podcast.
That's
Yeah.
not why we.
Language
That's not why we
podcast.
bring Marcus on, though. Marcus just has good conversation flow. He's a fun guy.
Sometimes we just get sick of hearing each other talk.
Yes, often.
No, sometimes you do have to shake it up a bit.
Yes.
No, that's true. That's true.
Trying to do that more and more.
Next we have Denis.
More? Oh, Denis.
It's spelled D''Ni.
Yeah, I've played this game.
I'll
tell you that much.
I will give you a hint. It is a series of games that has been around since the early to mid 90s, and the first one was like one of the best selling pieces of software in the history of video games.
I don't know much about Breath of Fire. We've already done Dragon Age. We've already done a Final Fantasy. He's probably not going to do those. Breath of Fire is a big one too.
But I think Breath of Fire started in like the late 80s.
My dad has played this video game. How about that?
Well, see.
Well, that's just make me think of World War.
I don't think he's going to repeat things. Denis. I don't know the Denis. Like,
I know it, but I'm drawn to both.
90s on, so a 30-year franchise of a
Which is
game.
a lot of things.
Yeah, but like if you think of it, like there's not a lot of games that have had a 30-year lifespan.
Is it a Sonic language?
That would actually be fucking
language
dope.
of the gods in Sonic.
It's the language of the what is that? The Chaos Rings or whatever he's collecting.
The Chow.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Arvid, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
The
this
worst
is
quiz
it.
ever.
This might be your last one, but like,
No,
we got nothing.
Definitely.
You make it too hard.
This is the language of Mist.
Oh, Jesus
damn it.
Christ! I would not say that has had a healthy 30-year run. I like
I
Myst.
didn't say it had a healthy 30. I said it's been around since the early to mid 90s.
Anything that was made at that time has been around
And the
since the
first
mid-90s.
Myst game was one of the best selling pieces of software in the history of time.
I believe
And
that.
it
It kind of blew people's minds when it came out.
Yeah, oh no, I love
it was
it.
like yeah. So it's not that obscure of a game.
I was thinking more that this was a franchise that has had like recurring sequels and is like on.
They're
its,
working
like,
on one right now.
They have
Yeah,
it has like
yeah.
6 or 7
No,
sequels,
I
dude.
know it has, but like, not Myst. I wasn't thinking Myst.
Yeah, I haven't played that one in so long.
I just remember you go down to the dock and you can get the little like thing from the pylon by the dock, and there's a secret hatch, and you grab that and you go right into the library, and as long as you know the pattern on the back of the fireplace, you can get the secret book that the father is in instead of the two sons, and you learn the real truth that they're both fucking assholes, and you can just finish the whole game in a moment.
I think that's the start of the Anacarina.
And then
They're both
and
assholes.
then you just end it by jumping out in front of a train that happens to be whipping down the way in Mist.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, last one, Gargish. Again, I threw this in as like a hard one, so.
Gargish sounds like a language of an orc-like race, but it's probably not. Is it the?
We'll say that the.
No, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, please.
No, you. I think you're on the right track. That's what I was gonna
What do
say.
you mean think?
I don't know what he was gonna say.
All I was going to say is it's either that or it was specifically the language of Gargamel from Smurfs, but probably not that.
You're very close though.
Oh, shit.
The Smurfs thing?
No, with the Garg thing.
With
Gargoyles?
I don't think that's the name of Orcish in World of Warcraft. Like, I don't think he's going to do World of Warcraft again or Warcraft in general. I don't think that's the language of orcs in that. It's not the language of orcs in Lord of the Rings, I'm pretty sure. And I don't know which game he'd be referring to.
I'm going to say, my guess is the Gargoyles video game SNES.
Ooh. I don't think it is that, but I like
Because I don't
that
think they have a language.
game.
But
And I think they just remastered it and put it back out on like the Switch or something recently. So I'm gonna second Marcus on that, even though it's wrong.
I'm actually going to give you guys a half point for that, because it is the language of gargoyles, but not the gargoyles, capital G. It is the language of gargoyles in the Ultima series of video games.
Oh.
So
What's Ultima?
yeah, there's like only 12 of them.
Okay. I mean, I've heard of Ultima Online. I didn't know it was a whole like franchise of games.
Oh yeah, no, there was like 7 of them before they did the online one. And then,
Okay.
yeah, it's like Phantasy Star.
Huh.
Yes, a little bit.
I like that. I have the latest
Phantasy
one.
Star.
Yeah, Ocean on or whatever like the latest one is. Not Ocean. What's the latest one?
I don't know. I didn't know they had one.
Yeah, they've got a new one. I mean new. It's like in the last like 6 years or something. That's available
Oh, what's it
through
called?
Steam. I'm pulling up my Steam. I had to close it all because my computer was shitting the bed. And true fan of that one because I knew how to spell fantasy for that series properly with a PH.
PH.
Yeah. Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis is the one that I have that I've played some of. I've been looking for like a good anime game to play. I really like that art style and I like the vibe of those games, and the communities tend to be a lot more chill. Yeah.
I don't think I ever played any of the online ones. I played 3, I think, on an emulator back in the day, but
I think the first online one wasn't actually online.
wasn't it?
I remember like playing it on the Dreamcast.
Oh, okay. This is obviously a series I don't know a lot about. I know that it is one of the first video games to have a female protagonist.
I didn't know that.
The first one.
I would have thought Final Fantasy was with which one is it? Like I think it's 6 here, but it's not. I can never remember like the order, but it's you start in the like Magimech or Magitech.
Yeah, that's
like,
6.
robot.
That's 6.
Yeah.
That's 6.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, she's the protagonist. I mean, she's a protagonist.
Yeah.
She's not the like main character. I
Mm,
guess
yeah.
depends on how you want to think about it.
Yeah. I mean, I always
Um.
took her that way, but yeah, fair.
No, I guess that's fair. But yeah, that was the quiz. Sorry it was so hard.
No, it's okay. It's just, I like a multiple
No,
choice.
that was definitely a very niche kind of thing.
I don't know. Half these games are very popular games. All these games.
Yeah,
are
but
very
then to
popular.
remember,
But isn't
None
that
of the
subjective as
languages
well
from them.
from the person crafting the quiz?
Zelda, Final Fantasy, Skyrim, The Sims, Dragon Age, Warcraft, The Witcher. And then, like, okay, I'll give you Jade Empire. Not a ton of people played that, and they haven't made a new Ultima game in like a decade. But other than
All
that,
subjective. All
is it-
subjective hits. Shit, I guess weed really does fuck with your memory. Because I've played most of those and I don't recall it.
apparently you conjured an Emerald Dream as well.
Yeah, I guess I just created an entire mythology around that I thought was right. I guess I've just
I
forgotten.
mean, that would have been interesting. A good reveal.
I thought that's how they were going to end the entire series. I don't know why I thought that. That must have been old stoner, like, what do you think's going to happen, man? And then, like, once I, like, got out of that world, it just became headcanon for me. And I never looked into it further.
No, that's very fair. I mean, like Marcus said, that is basically the plot of Link's Awakening.
Yeah, that's true.
That was like one of the first games that I played that you had to like kind of like die at the end, basically.
Link's Awakening? Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of upsetting because I was like playing the game like on my Game Boy on like a road trip or something, and I was like, wait, what?
I have to lose to win.
How do you feel about that mechanic in a game? Everyone, like, Marcus, what's your thoughts on that?
I mean, if it's done right, if it's like kind of like a pointless, just like, we're just doing it to be edgy or something. But no, if it's like a character arc or like, story driven, it's fine. Like Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I was going to say, I think it was Metroid Prime did it well, where it's assumed like that she had everything. Well, she had everything, and then like she comes across this anomaly, and it like wipes out all her systems, and she loses all of her upgrades and everything through the process. So like there was a lore and mechanical reason for it to be an unwinnable battle. But if it's just a story beat, I actually like if it's mechanically sound as well, I'm fine with it. If it is a story beat to show you you're not ready, I feel like they can do that better, like in other ways.
I don't know if I've ever experienced it where the meaning, the purpose behind it was like the character's not ready.
That's always how I've taken it. Is like, yeah, you're not strong enough for this yet. Essentially, like you're getting your ass handed to you to show you how weak you are, basically, compared to the things in the
are we
world.
talking about boss fights that are unintentional, that are
Yes, like fights that that are unwinnable by design.
I thought we were talking about like end game scenarios where the character has to sacrifice themselves.
No.
Okay.
No, specifically like opening mechanics of a game where you cannot win that fight, whether it's the first one or like early on.
I see.
And you're meant to lose it.
Just 2 weeks ago, we all played this game where everyone you play dies, except for the last one.
That's fine. Like, that's at the end ish. Like, that's fine. But I don't like it in the beginning. I just think it's hacky at this point.
Yeah, I mean, like when it comes to unwinnable fights, like I don't really mind them really. I want, like, as long as they're telegraphed early, so I'm not like busting my ass trying to win a fight that I can't actually win, then I don't care.
Wasn't there that Matrix game that started off like with like the literal like endless fight, and like that's how it set the difficulty level for you?
Are we talking
like, how long
about
it took you to
the
die?
Matrix, like Neo's game, the one, or whatever that was?
Yeah.
Or are
was
we
like
talking about
Path of
Matrix
Neo,
Online? Path of
whatever.
Neo or Matrix Online, because I have thoughts on both.
I don't think that mechanic's in Matrix Online. I think that's just
No, it's not.
Path of Neo.
Yeah, I think it's Path of Neo, which, fuck, could we get a private server going for Matrix Online? It was my favorite MMO. Like, I really want to get that back up. That's the one.
How is that I mean,
It was the best one.
that was
man.
a good game.
No, it was the best. It was the best MMO that ever came out. Maybe that and Secret
think you
World
just like it 'cause
before
it's
Secret
short.
World Legends like took it over. Secret World was also very good.
I think you just don't like MMOs. I think that's the thing.
No, I like MMOs.
I mean,
I like MMOs that are specifically isekais. That's the
Secret
thing.
World is
Secret World. No, it's an isekai in the way of like
you are literally a agent of a secret group that is exploring these things in the world. Like, you are more knowledgeable than everyone else is around about it.
Yeah, you're seeing a new world.
Reverse isekai.
I guess it's a reverse isekai, yes, but it still has the vibe.
I don't know what any of these words mean.
I don't even think that I don't think this exists on the spectrum.
What made-up
of
language are you
isekai.
guys speaking right now?
This is not something I was familiar with until I started this podcast. Mike, why don't you explain to Mark?
Isekai is the concept of going from the mundane world and entering a world of fantasy and magic. Generally, like think your Yu Yu Hakusho's.
So you just
Lion the Witch and the Wardrobe.
Lion the Witch
is technically
yes,
an
in the
isekai.
wardrobe. It would absolutely is an isekai.
Kind of already just doing that.
No, because
Well,
it's
no,
about
not
the
necessarily.
character's experience, not your experience. Yes.
So would you say .hack is one of those?
Yeah. Oh no, it is like explicitly like it is what helps start Sword Art Online .hack, like all isekai in that way. Yes. Yeah. Love an isekai. A lot of isekai, especially if they're based off light novels, tend to be like MMO video games sucked into the game world kind of experiences. Or you try to like save a kid who was grabbing a bouncing ball across a street, but you got hit by the car, and then you reincarnated in a world of magic, but you have all of your old memories too. So maybe you're a smart scientist person, and now you can teach this fantasy world about like the combustion engine.
Or you're the president of the United States, and there's a nuclear strike on your convoy as you're leaving somewhere, and then you wake up as a small anime child.
Oh, I actually thought you were actually going to do the Saints Row 4, and I was like, I guess technically it is when they all get taken into the aliens Matrix world, but
No, that's
Spoiler.
Ni no Kuni 2.
Spoiler. I haven't played Ni no Kuni 2.
I just told you the first 30 minutes of Ni no Kuni 2, so I'm sorry.
I have the first one downloaded right now because I want to play it again, and then I'm going to do the second one.
So what have you been playing?
Yeah, I haven't been playing. I've been playing Ace Attorney, the not the Ace Attorney, the one that's set in the the back in time one. I just started playing that.
What are you playing on Switch?
Pretty good. On Switch, yeah. It's a good game. I have not played enough of it to have a strong opinion about it, but I liked the other Ace Attorney games a bunch, so I am enjoying this so far. Is it Ace Attorney Chronicles? Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, that's it. So that's a good time.
Nice. Hell yeah.
What have you been playing, Marcus?
Outside of Chants, I haven't really had time to play anything. But I have been thinking, it's been a while since I spun up old FF7.
Oh shit. God damn. You gonna be the first member of Arvid's Scholastic Club?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's been a while.
Never a bad time to replay it.
Yeah.
I just hate getting out of Midgar. It's just...
Really? You just want to stay in Midgar the whole time?
No, I just hate kind of how long you have to wait till it opens up.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Especially because there's not that much different, really, in Midgar. Like, aside from, deciding
even
whether or
after
not you want to
Midgar,
take the
doesn't,
stairs.
really open up. Like, yeah, you can get chocobos, but,
Yeah. Well, you can, there's some bits that you can skip.
I'm
and
sorry.
stuff,
Did you say Chocoboo?
What did you say?
I thought you said
Is it
Chocobo.
Chocobo?
Okay.
Oh, chocoboo?
I thought I heard you say Chocoboo, and then I just pictured a Chocobo in a, bedsheet ghost costume, and now I really want that as, a variant that you could ride around on.
Oh, there's 100% got to be that for one of the online ones. 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Or it could just be, the what he calls it, the livery of a chocobo in Final Fantasy Tactics.
Oh.
So they do all the
Man, Tactics. That's got to be one on our list. Eventually, we got to get to that.
But how do you really talk about that game? Yes.
Well, that's the thing. It's that's the thing that's nice about the reading list is that we don't actually have to talk that much about it. We can just be yeah, this is really.
That's a really good one. That's like Golden Sun for me. Although I'll probably force you guys to play Golden Sun at some point if you never did.
Pages of stuff.
I thought you said, actually, I have pages of Golden Sun talking points. And I was like, I hadn't even mentioned that one yet. All right.
No. Yeah, no. I haven't played Golden Sun in a long, long time.
But you have played it. Okay. Old
yes,
GBA
I played it on
game.
The Game Boy Advance.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Very good game.
Yes. Did you only play the Game Boy Advance Tactics? Did you play the PlayStation one?
I played PlayStation 1 as well. I mean, it was PS2 because I got it in one of those combo discs, right?
Yeah.
Where there was usually
Fair.
a couple games and a music CD.
Yeah, the PSP version of that was really good, but I don't know that it's been on anything besides the PSP because they added cutscenes and stuff to it that were animated, but I haven't seen it anywhere besides that. That would be good. Mike, what did you play this week? Golden Sun.
I with opening the restaurant, doing the soft open this week, I haven't had much time to do too much. But did I talk about playing Phantom Liberty, the DLC already? Have I talked about that on air?
You think you just said that you were playing it. I don't know that you gave us any information about it.
Very good. I've been playing more and more of it. I started a new character, and that's right. We have talked about that a little bit. The skill system has been reworked. Everything's been reworked on that, and it still feels, if you're going ranged combat, very arcadey in the way shots are fired. But it doesn't, on the melee, you're right, it hits a lot better. It feels like it was meant to be a almost first-person melee game, kind of like a Mirror's Edge Ghost Runner kind of style to it.
Ghost, yeah, exactly.
I think they fixed it. I think they finally fixed it. Some of the issues were on my end because the first time I played it was on PS4, and that just didn't work outside of character customization. And that barely ran. And then the second time I played it was on my PC after I got a refund on the PS4 and went ahead and got it on Steam. But I had a Nintendo Switch Pro controller, and that does not have sensitivity on the triggers. So It was a 0 or 1 binary option on the accelerator for every vehicle in that game, which led me to just have to run everywhere in the city because everything was undrivable unless I had things set up just right so that I could drive a motorcycle through a city and then launch off of the motorcycle when it inevitably crashes and land safely somewhere. Like, that had to be planned out. I'm enjoying it a lot more now that I have a proper controller for it, and they've fixed all the issues. So it's becoming kind of one of my No Man's Sky games where, like, yeah, really bad in the beginning, but I had high hopes for it, and it's not disappointing. Like, they're doing right by their base. The other game that I played this week and I actually finally beat was Hogwarts Legacy. I went through and realized, like, I played it, I enjoyed it, but I'd never beaten it. And I went back.
I didn't know it had an ending.
It does have an ending to it. And I went back and I finished it and got the true ending at the end of it. And yeah, I really enjoyed it this time. I forgot how much fun the combat system is in that game. And
wait a second, I might be completely off with
be.
Hogwarts. I thought it was one of those like social hangout, like Disney Dreamlight Valley type games.
Nope. Which I have that on 2 different systems as well, just because I'm a weird person when it comes to that kind of stuff. But no, Hogwarts Legacy it takes place in like the 1800s, and you're a student starting Hogwarts at 5th year and kind of going through that way. And it's got there's no stamina system to it, but there's like dodge and block mechanics that are similar to a Arkham Knight or Batman Arkham style game, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
that was Warner Brothers as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and Portkey, Warner Brothers might have had a play in it too. I'm not sure.
I think they own all the Harry Potter.
They might. That makes sense because I think it's all on HBO as well, right?
I think
it was.
Maybe it was.
I don't know. I don't have HBO, so I don't know.
Once they've just become Max now, I keep trying to log in to see what they've got, and they're like, "You need to move from HBO Max to our new just Max." And I'm like, "Yeah, but my password's not set up for. I just don't." And I haven't logged in like 6 months now because they just changed the system.
Pissing away money.
Yes, I am just pissing away what little money I have. It's good. It's good. But no, it's very fun. I actually highly recommend for people, everything aside with Rowling, to get that game. It is like the team that made it did a really good job on a very fun action adventure game with great flight mechanics, great combat mechanics, and a really good story. And good puzzles.
Yeah, I had completely misjudged that game, I guess. I just thought it was like a hang 'em out social Animal Crossing Disney thing.
No, I am constantly like combat is hard in that game. Like, it is good.
What is this game?
And fun. Hogwarts Legacy. Harry Potter.
Oh, is that the big one that just came out recently?
Yeah, like in the last year or so. Yeah. It's really good. I got it when it first came out, and I was playing it for a while, and then we got into more stuff, and then starting to open the restaurant happened, and things just got in the way. So I finally just started a new character. Aldous Huxley is the name of my current character. I'm a Slytherin. And, yeah. It's fun.
I played the Lego Harry Potters.
Those are really fun.
I haven't done
All those Lego games are
I've
fun.
done the Star Wars collection. I haven't done, or the Skywalker saga, I think is what they call it now for that one. But I haven't done any of the other Lego games that are franchised, like the Marvel or anything.
Yeah, those
Can I ask you something real
they're
quick?
all older engines.
I think I'm going to get flagged by the government if I put in my real birthday on Neopets.
Oh, because you're just too old
Just gonna be,
to
like,
be
kicking
playing
the door.
this. Yeah.
No, dude, there aren't children on Neopets anymore. They're
on to something
nostalgic
else.
millennials.
Yeah. It's just us. That'd be like saying like asking for a Tamagotchi online would get you flagged. And it's like, no, you're just of that age.
Okay, because I've bought multiple Tamagotchis in the last 2 years, so...
If you can't sign up for it through TikTok, then they don't care about it.
Yeah, I don't know if they can even like work an address bar. Like they just.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of assumptions we're making, but yes, that's fair.
Yeah. Okay.
God,
Speaking of
I guess
things
we're
that
all
have
gonna
been
get
around
into
forever
Neopets.
Oh no, I am this close from getting back into World of Warcraft, so that'll eat my.
Well,
life.
if you're gonna do that, you might as well talk to Nick about it because he is fully, like I said last time, into the hardcore mode version. So.
Yeah, but I'm not playing classic. I'm not touching that shit.
Oh, I would only do classic. I don't want the new stuff. I don't care
know.
about it.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, is that like
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's actually what's making me like it is all my friends aren't going to be playing it anymore.
Well, no, but at the same time, like
They got a lot of starting creatures.
In Neopets, we're talking about Neopets again. Okay.
Yeah, we are.
Great.
sit here quietly while Marcus signs up for Neopets.
I actually really want this to become a new segment on the show that is Marcus's Neopets update. Like, you now have to stick with this for a while and come on regularly.
Yeah. Fuck, I gotta think of a good... There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 42 options to start.
What? That's so
good luck.
many.
And they got so many stats.
Also, like, don't they have, like, isn't it like the old school naming things where you have to, like, they're all going to be like _XX Chauncey 95XX underscore? Like, isn't that one of those, like, name exclusive type deals?
Oh, I haven't gone that far yet.
I remember that was a problem with Neopets back in the days. Like, everyone's name was like...
The one where you had to scan the barcodes at your grocery store to get them? Which one was that?
I think that was something you could do with Neopets, but that was not the primary way you functioned with Neopets. I never did it. My sister was very keen on it, but I never... I think she also gave the computer all of the viruses from that thing.
Sure. That's just going to happen.
Very sketchy back in the day. I think it was actually run by the Church of Scientology for a minute at some point.
I would not be surprised.
No, I think so. Let me make sure I'm not like slandering myself. At one point, the company that managed it was the Scientology org board from 2000 until I don't know. It doesn't say, but yeah, that was a thing.
If it doesn't say, then it probably just still is.
Well, I don't think, because they got sold to Jumpstart. So at some point between 2000 and whenever that happened.
Do we know that Jumpstart isn't connected to the Church of Scientology?
I guess it's possible. I wouldn't want to slander my childhood to that extent, but that's very possible.
Real quick here. And, well, there's an article. God, I say article. Hold on. Viacom to Jumpstart was how it was sold, but Scientology was involved. So Scientology might have actually been involved in Viacom, which is like a whole bigger thing. I don't know. This is purely a Reddit post linking to a YouTube video. So, take it as you will.
No, I know Viacom owns like CBS and like Nickelodeon and shit. Like, I don't think that they're...
I would not be surprised.
All right, this is getting way off topic. Let's move on to saying goodbye. Goodbye.
I've been.
Oh, who? Who? I'm waiting.
I'm
on suspense.
I've been. I'm gonna just read out some names. I've been Lenny.
Yeah.
That was a bad one.
Is that a name of a Neopet?
Yeah, he's kind of goofy looking. I kind of like him.
Okay.
Lenny?
Bloomaroo?
Bloomaroo. Okay.
Tuscanini?
I like Tuscanini actually a lot.
I've been Arvid.
I've been Mike.
I've been Marcus.
Got him. I've been Marcus.
And I've been Mike.
Right.
And he's been Arvid, the one who's just...
Also, do all that stuff we normally say. Like the podcast, comment on it. So if after all this you still want to listen to more, subscribe. You know.
And hey, if you're not going to do it for us, do it for Scott Karatopoulos, our number one fan.
Do it for Scott.
Do it for Scott.
We need some wristbands.
God.
His gingivitis.
It's very much so. Goodbye, people.
And what did we do to have the energy last time? We had so much energy going into last
We
time.
so
got
early.
up really early,
Oh, that
and
was
we
true.
were all
It
just
was
like
really early in the
weird
morning.
energy. Actually, I think a lot of it was me being incredibly hungover and going, ugh, a lot.
That's fair. That's fair.